Hello and welcome back to another video for Final Fantasy XIV with me, Meoni. Today we're looking at two new glamour items added to the Island Sanctuary. These are both market tradable, however their origin comes from the new Materiel containers from the Felicitous Favors and Felicitous Tokens, if I could speak properly. These items include the Minmisle Top Hat, I'm not sure how else you're pronouncing that, Minmisle, and we've also got the Island Leaf Headdress. Both of these items fully dyeable. We'll look at those in just a second. If you're wondering what exactly a Felicitous Token is, essentially if you go to the Felicitous Furball in your Island Sanctuary upon reaching rank 20 and finishing off all of your buildings, you will unlock this minigame. Essentially it will task you with creating things and shipping them off through your workshops each week. You're both listed with the current week and the next week, and essentially what you have to do is create those things with that allotted time, and then you get these tokens. You can see that some things give bonus tokens, and then you also get a completion bonus for completing all of those. On average, it's about 70 tokens per week, give or take, depending on what bonuses are applied. I don't know how the maximum would look or the minimum, but essentially 10 of those Felicitous tokens can be exchanged over the newly unlocked on the Cowrie Exchange Horrendous Horde of NPC nearby, the Felicitous Token section, and you can get 10 of those tokens will give you one Materiel container. These are RNG boxes. They actually contain way more than is actually listed in their tooltip. The tooltip mentions items including Island Sanctuary minions and furnishings. However, we've also confirmed that both the Peripheral and the other mount that's currently only normally available for vegetal vouchers, 200 of them, which currently cost 525 million gil, currently being sold for, or around 300 million would be the fairer cost with 30 weeks of grinding to get it. Otherwise, essentially, yeah, you can basically buy these containers as well, and they have a chance to have the mounts in them, the new mobile stairs, all sorts of things, as well as these two new headdresses. So let's have a look at these items. We're also going to look at dyes as well. So first of all, this is what the Minmisle Top Hat looks like, which I really like, actually. I think this is a really, really nice item. Let's just clear my G pose. I think that originally, when I first heard mention of this and saw the tooltip on the various lodestone pages and things for the new items they add to the patch, I thought this was going to be like a little ladies' day reward or something. It's that cute, but it's actually just from the Island Sanctuary vendor. It sits on the side of your head, slanted to the side, as you can see, looking pretty cool with its red band and that sort of brass colored coin or badge in the middle. The bit that actually dies on that is actually the main hat material and not the banner, as you would probably imagine. And the best thing about this helm is that it will work on both Hrothgar and Viera, which this person reached out to me on Twitter to tell me about this item. I had absolutely no idea, so big shout out to you. Thank you so much for letting me know where this is from. Otherwise I wouldn't have known, because my RNG with these boxes is going to be basically non-existent, and I'm trying to save up for the other mount with the vegetable tokens instead, vegetal vouchers rather. So yeah, that's really cool that it works on both of them, but again, it's quite minimal, hence the Minmisle name. But yeah, we'll come to dyes in just a moment. And then the other item that you can equip that also works on Viera and Hrothgar, by the way, with no real surprises considering they're not exactly, you know, big things to cover your helm, to cover your head, is actually this. This is the Island Leaf Headdress, which, as you can see, has these berries. It sits on one side of your head, unfortunately not both sides, but it's quite nice. We've had a lot of, you know, kind of, what do you want to call them, things that go in your hair, flower hair pieces, headdresses, that kind of thing. This is a brand new one. Then they do like to add these. We've got obviously different textures with the leaves here. We've got those more natural leaves, then we've got metal or bronze tipped ones, and then of course we have those sort of autumnal leaves on the side as well. So the bit that dies is actually the main section and not the berries. We'll look at that in just a moment, but again, working both on Hrothgar and Viera. These things are retailing quite highly at the moment because I don't think a lot of people know where they come from. Least of all the top hat, which is quite cute. Both of these items awesome then, and from those boxes, or of course your market board. So let's go and have a look at the dyes. First of all, then, as we're looking at both the headdress and the top hat side by side here, you will notice that the main part that dies, both on the headdress and the actual hat, is the main fabric, and on the headdress, for the leaf headdress, the berries don't die, but the rest of it does, obviously with varying differences between the colors. I quite like metallic dyes on the headdress. The top hat looks really good in striking colors. Kind of reminds me of like a magician's hat, or maybe Willy Wonka in the Chocolate Factory. It looks like Wonka's hat, but really small and just to the side. I wish that they had the top hat as a full-size model, to be perfectly honest. But I suppose this is the way that they could ensure that it would work on every race in the game, is to make it so that it's sat on the side, and it's a lot smaller, it doesn't cover as much, and it's not going to clip with ears and horns and all sorts of other things with the different head models that some of the races have. All in all, really cool stuff. I'm glad that we eventually found out where a lot of this stuff came from, because it was just kind of like a scratching beard moment, like, where have they added this stuff to? It says island, but none of us can find it. It turns out it is inside the boxes, because originally I thought the boxes were just going to be exactly what the tooltip suggested, but it turns out there's a lot of stuff in here: glamour, minions, mounts. It's awesome, really, really awesome, and you can make a lot of gil through them. So if you're not going for the Vegetal vouchers, saving those up for the pink Mandragora mount, basically. And we know it's a pink Mandragora because of the icon image that's on the lodestone. If you're not interested in that, then the best bet for you is to spend your Felicitous tokens, if you get some, on the Materiel crates. Very similar to the Grand Company Materiel crates, and try and get yourself some mounts and sell them. Because currently some of these things are going to be the most expensive items in the game. Very cool stuff. Anyway, let me know what you think about these items, whether or not you've picked up any of these yet, or if you didn't know where they were from. More videos on the way, and I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye.